Gonna go fix that.
There is a world beyond possibility, a place wider than the imagination, where the real and the impossible seem to blend in unimaginable ways. 5 young souls cross the border to this world. Now, we follow them on a journey, these digi-destined, to save both the real and the digital. And along the way, maybe get some help from their best friends. Good morning, afternoon, and or evening, depending upon time zone. Ladies, gentlemen, and all those in between and beyond that binary of the internet, welcome back to Neon Lights Roleplay. More specifically, welcome back once again to With the Will, our Digimon Odyssey using Animon Story. I'm your host, Young Foxy, and I have with me some incredibly illustrious storytellers who are wonderfully good at their jobs, and so rather than me telling you who they are, I'll let them do the fun part. So, in the order that I call you, please tell us who you are, who you're playing this evening, where you can be found on the internet, and answer tonight's question, which is, when the word love comes up, what's the first thing that pops up in your character's mind? We'll start off on the far left of your screen with a player whose energy, I think, adds so much to any table. I've seen her, I've played with her, and I have enjoyed the comfort of her humanity so many times that I think more communities should know this joyous human being. So please, if you could all join me in welcoming the incomparable, the incredible, and the adorable Corndog McGraw.
Oh, I saw your puppy. Gosh, little puppy. No, they can't hear me because you've got your headset on. Yes. Hello everyone, I'm Corndog McGraw. I am playing Isabella Flux tonight, and when she thinks of love, I think she thinks of her brother, kind of coming to her aid, and defending her and not letting people, like, beat up on her because she's fairly shitty at the online gaming universe. And, like, knowing that there's someone always on your team. She thinks that's love.
Yeah, always get to have somebody you know is on your team, yeah? And I think we'll talk a little bit about what that means to a certain little Isabella in just a bit. No spoilers. My dog is screaming at me, by the way. Y'all can't hear her, but she's yelling very angrily.
She knows I'm looking, and
It's
she's
true,
like,
she does. She loves
let her
attention.
see me.
We'll stop focusing on my adorable dog right now, and we'll keep moving through the overlay over to someone
This is
who,
how I handle people.
if I have to be honest, someone who I think is possibly one of the greatest friends I've ever made. Someone who I think I'm only the person that I am because I've met this person, and I hope they know that more than anything else. That ominous, mushy shit aside, I please hope you are all happy to welcome me, the incomparable, the incredible, and the adorable Spree Uzaki.
Hi, everybody. Tonight I'll be joining you as Foxfire. And, I think to fire love is, curling up on the couch and snuggling with their cat.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to actually write that down there. I appreciate that. Not for any particular reason or anything like that. Don't worry about it. That aside, we'll continue moving to the bottom of your overlay, but anywhere from the bottom of anybody's player list, if you ask me. Someone who was introduced to our channel through this show, and I am oh so glad that I've gotten to meet them through this little game of ours. So please join me in welcoming the incredible, the incomparable, and the adorable Dan Anchorst.
Hello. I'm Jane Akers, and I am playing Scarlet Goliath. And for Scarlet, what she thinks about
Cooking on it.
I guess she views. Okay. I guess she views love as if like this, like, just she views it as many things, but more of a basically where you'd basically essentially do anything for the person.
Yeah. Well, love can have many definitions, and it's sometimes a nebulous thing that moves between people. Sometimes it changes as they grow. But we'll worry about that later. Last, but anything but least, we bring you all the way around, throwing some love to our lovely classical Glyza who's not with us this evening. Give them some hearts for me, see if you could please. And skipping on over to the last player in our overlay, someone who I have said countless times, whose brain confounds and amazes me every time I have the wonderful chance to open and create with it. And with that, I hope I continue to do so for as long as I exist. With that, please join me in welcoming the incomparable, the amazing, and the adorable, legendary Vernon.
Me?
Rocking the new
Hi,
haircut,
everybody.
by the way.
Yeah, I just got a haircut today. We're growing into it. We're reducing the post-haircut panic.
Hell yeah.
I'm Legendary Vermin, and today I'm going to be playing Artemis Books, the other Books sibling. And Artemis is going through a lot. And I think at this point, when Artemis thinks about the first thing that comes to mind, which is the phrasing that she used, is Artemis's greatest guilty pleasure, the rom-com, and how it's really fun to have love tied up in neat little packages in under 2 hours. But that's held very close to the heart. Also, sorry, Isabella, it's nothing against you, that's just the first thing that comes to mind.
Rom-com, sibling connection.
Totally meaningful love between siblings and care for one another. Fucking rom-coms, which is the most Artemis
Person at
answer I
home
think
watching
anyone could
Hitch
give.
on repeat.
Oh, it's actually a pretty good one. You're right. Oh, she will be like this and that. Before I get distracted on that, though, I'll swing it back around and finalize with myself. Friends, if you don't know who I am by now, I'm Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Philly's finest. And I play everyone that's not these 4 people. I was going to say, or their best friends, but I do actually play them sometimes, too. It's kind of difficult, but I try. And with that said, we're going to swing ourselves directly on into our session with a little bit of a recap, and then we'll let our players take the scene away and do my job for me. So with that, let's recount what's happening in the digital world. Last time, our players found themselves remaining in the temple, taking some time to discover, recover, and in some cases, let's just use the word sulk. Artemis found themselves, as they actually just did right there, walking off away from the group, actually, separating themselves from the party, followed closely by Foxfire, while the rest of the group remained behind to try to interpret more of the prophecy. In doing so, they found themselves noticing strange things happening, trying to read more into what's happening, but not really being able to properly process everything just yet. Our 2 wayward travelers met deeper in the temple, discussed and talked about their woes, and as they were doing so, found themselves meeting a strange individual by the name of Digimon. Digimon, an old Digimon, claims to have built the temple, written the prophecy, claims to have known everything. After offering some cryptic words about what might be happening around the digital world, and some slightly less cryptic motivation to Artie, the group rejoined and gathered together again. As we've already noticed here, and you can see on our overlay there, this resulted in Artie letting the group know that didn't really feel like a comfortable name anymore, and they now go by Artemis. And as they rejoined the table, we also found them rejoining their sibling. 2 fucks sharing. God, fuck, I couldn't hold it with a straight face. God damn it.
We don't give one fuck around here.
We
give
literally
two.
gave y'all 2 fucks. Exactly 2. The two fucks.
And not a single fuck.
Not one less. The 2 fucks that we gave, united together, and shared in their resounding understanding of each other, bonding together in the understanding of sibling love before anything else. And as they did so, found their tags come alight with an orange and red glow, respectively, as they unlocked their crests of courage and love, respectively. What will that mean? Well, I think that's what we're here to figure out right now that I think about it. So, friends, it's getting a little late in the day. You've spent now another full day in this temple trying to recover and do things. And the day-night cycle might just be a little bit faster here than it was back in the data forests. So you're finding yourself sitting and trying to rest and relax through things. And as you are doing that, the group is back together. You are all united. And you are maybe feeling, I don't know, a hair's breadth closer to knowing what the fuck is going on around here. That said, your Digimon are all united with you. Your partners and your other friends are all hanging around. And, well, the 3 of you who are not the 2 fuck siblings would notice the 2 of them have a certain glow about their necks they didn't have before they embraced. And we'll come back in right on that scene. Anyone who feels comfortable can jump in and say what's happening, how they're reacting to how they're reacting to that realization, or just talk about what's going on. You guys know how this works, and I've said it enough times that I just love saying it. It's kind of like my thing, you know? Darlings, the scene's yours.
I want one of the friends to react first. Can we have that happen?
Friends.
Guys, we might have
Artemis, what? The thing we got from the temple is glowing?
Don't make this weird. I don't normally hug in public. Wait, what?
No, not that. Look at.
I'm gonna back up so I can see Artemis's, and also try to look at mine.
And
Like,
yeah,
and chins.
you'll notice that.
We smash heads in the process.
Oh, I love them.
Guys, we might have a wait. What are those glowing things?
Lalamon?
It's the other thing.
What is this? What is
We got
this?
we got the other thing.
Uh,
I don't know how.
Jellymon is kind of just like literally just hopping around back behind you. Just other thing, other thing, other thing.
I
Lalamon.
grabbed Jellymon and by the fins and we're dancing and like slowly Jellymon is like going higher and lower and higher and lower and higher and lower.
Lalamon
you
for
have no idea what that is, do you?
nope.
We
Eh,
are
that makes
people
total
of action, Foxfire. We do not waste time knowing things.
And yeah, Jellymon's just literally just copying all of Artemis's motions and just yep.
Lalamon,
Alright,
you
take-
know what's
take
going
my
on?
five with them.
I'm trying to know things, Lalamon. Can you tell me what's happening?
Lalamon pops out of the sort of kangaroo pouch in your clothing and just. Well, this looks just like that symbol we were seeing. The one we thought connected to us.
Were we told what they were called, those symbols?
Yeah, you were told that they were called crests.
Okay.
So if my crest is on fire, does that mean like, or lit up? Does that mean there's like danger nearby, or that we have to get ready, or does it just light up on its own?
Well,
This it was empty.
yeah, you're remembering that prior to, well, this happening, the tag, the tag that you were hanging, that gold necklace, had that empty slot in the middle, and now it's filled by that kind of.
Sets in on sis, it was empty. I'm like, ah, put something in it.
Magic put something in it.
Lalamon just says, that seems to be the best answer we have.
I mean, we're in the digital world. Maybe it's just like something changed and it flips the item ID or something to be that one instead.
Renamon just says, speaking of item IDs, One of you should scan that.
I will pull out the Digivice.
And you'll notice that, while it still gives the same the identity, the tag itself to register the way it did with tag dash. I forgot everybody's number. I had them right here, and they just ran from me.
They should be written down somewhere.
Yeah, they're written down somewhere. We'll find them later. It's not super important right now. It does register the RD's. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Gotta adjust to that. Artemis.
I know which one's missing.
Yes, that's
I
fair.
don't have my number.
Yeah.
We'll find them. Don't worry about it. The tags register normally with the same tag dash number. The crests, however, register as a separate item, which just say crest dash, and rather than a number, they have a word. For Artemis's, it's crest dash courage, and for Isabella's, it's crest dash love.
Can you go down and just try and look at the next one below?
The next sort of like items on the list.
Yeah,
They just come up as
asking.
blanks. Items on the list only
okay.
come up once you scan them, and they appear in your registry after that. So that you can see that there are other items there, and you assume, because there are at least what looks to be like, there's these, you already know that you had 5 tag items scanned, and there were 3 more, and you all kind of surmise there are probably 3. There's 3 other ones. You similarly see a number of these lists of things where the 2 that say like crest dash courage and crest dash love are lit up, which you can reasonably assume, Scarlet, by looking at them. There are probably other crest dash items to line up with the tags.
Yeah, but we won't be able to see what they're calling until we get
Not
them.
till you get them.
Yeah. This is interesting. By the way, I had a theory, and then Scarlet goes on to explain everything that the inside group was talking about last episode. About basically the same information that they learned from the Digimon that they were talking to.
Yeah. So,
So,
sorry, go ahead, please.
So, what do you think? Do you think that makes sense?
Did you not hear me 5 minutes ago? I'm here for action, not for thinking, baby.
All right, what action should we take?
Kicking ass!
Well, we may.
What ass?
Maybe yours.
Also,
I feel great.
well, y'all
Is
should
this,
check.
is this what drugs feels like? I've done drugs.
Do we have to take that away from you?
I turn my attention back to the ambient energy that's increasing. What's the status of that?
Yeah, so you would notice that there is still that slow spike of ambient energy kind of peaking in the area around. Also, my dog is having zoomies. Apologies. But while that's still slowly going up, it doesn't seem like anything too weird is happening. It's getting dark, and so you'll notice that, again, the sky is setting in, but the night sky, as it ticks over, has a weird kind of purplish hue to it as you're looking up in the sky.
As I get further away from the center of this temple, does the energy reading go down?
Nope.
Or is it going up everywhere?
It's just everywhere. It's all
okay.
around right now.
Hey guys, we may have a problem.
What kind of problem?
I will not pretend to understand what the problem is.
So the energy reading is going up, which I don't know exactly what it means, but it means that something's going to happen.
Renamon, any idea what rising energy does or means?
Maybe someone spilled coffee on the computer.
Lalamon just looks up.
I don't know how to make any energy rise, Lalamon, outside of coffee.
Renamon just... Ambient data normally means an increased presence of Digimon. if there were a herd of Yotmon or Lokomon moving through here, then you suppose that would explain it. However, we've seen no increased presence, and the only Digimon appear to be us, whoever the Digimon we encountered down there, and the Skull Greymon we left napping outside.
I did also hear. Oh, you should check your phone and see if you can call people. We were able to call people before, and I ended up talking to my dad, and I heard him. What was it like in the call? But it was like in my, like after the call ended, I heard him say, "Begin it, start it," and that was like around the time that I noticed the ambient energy increasing, but that might not necessarily be connected.
How did you hear that after the call?
There was like this, like this after image of talking to him.
I know what the data is. You said it happens when there's a lot of Digimon, but we don't see any mole people Digimon.
Like coming through the walls, and Isabella just like starts looking around, waiting for a Digimon to pop out. Just like
Look at these little goofballs. There's gotta be mole people Digimon, and maybe they move in herds. Is that something you've heard of? Looking out at Jellymon.
Jellymon, who has been like kind of looks like thinking pretty hard right now, just says, "Well, what the old man say? The real doesn't like the digital, and the digital doesn't like the real. But the two are being made to..." Jellymon just kind of wrapped their tendril arms around each other a couple times. What if it's that?
Are more
just
real people coming in here? Are we able to get out? What's happening?
Is there any particular direction that has like even higher energy levels than others, or no?
You know what? Could you give me a brain roll, Fire? Maybe it's not brains. It's not smarts. Logic. I have the quick reference up. I should look at it.
It's not my worst stat. Yay!
Give me a roll on it.
I'm gonna spend a bond point.
Alrighty.
Not forget my dice.
And roll. I have no brain, apparently.
Uh-oh. What you got? No successes?
No successes unless I have boost.
Uh-oh.
Can I also go ahead and make that roll?
I'm going to say Fire took it because Fire's focusing on it right now, so I just want to give a result to that, and then I think you might have an answer from this anyway, so sit tight for just a bit.
Okay.
Fire, you are trying to get a sense of, like, okay, can I read this energy and see where it's coming from more intently, and also can I just get an idea of what might be happening? And that's evading you for a while, because you're trying to just, again, much like what Scarlet saw, the energy is rising everywhere around you. There's nowhere you can go unless you get, like, even if you run, like, 30 meters from the temple and stop, it's still spiking just the same way it is right around there in the middle. It's not happening from just the temple. But you're trying to get a sense. You're just eyes focused on this thing, and you are confounded. Maybe even a little bit panicked, trying to figure out what's going on. And as you're finally watching all of this, you start to get a sense of where that sort of you get a sense of where that energy might be coming from. As you're scanning around, it's not coming from the temple, not the Data Forest. The Skull Greymon's unconscious. It's not him. What could be going? And then you start to recognize where it might be coming from. It's coming from above you.
I'm gonna look up.
And as
Nobody
you
ever
look
looks up.
the sky, which carried that purple hue you were looking at. That's the wrong song, sorry, excuse me. The song you were looking at, the sky you're looking at, which appears to be kind of slowly like darkening in purple, and these bits of pink light start to shoot through it. It's almost like lightning, but lightning comes down and arcs and angles towards the ground. This isn't that. This is... It's almost like if someone was behind the clouds with a bright pink flashlight, and was just pointing it in random directions and turning it on and off. Just pockets of pink light flaring and flashing down at the ground, all around you. And as you look up, it's not just around the temple, it's the whole skyline. It's happening everywhere you can see right now.
Guys, what the fuck is that?
That's our only fuck for the episode.
You get one.
It's okay, we're not on
Well, you
TV.
get two.
You
You
can
get
also
two.
scream our names in vain if you
That's
need
true.
to.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good to know.
Bucks!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
On a more responsive note. Oh.
Nope, left on one side. Sorry. As you guys are trying to find... Excuse me, it's been struggling for a while to find the right song I've been looking for. It's been difficult. Nope, I got the one I want. No, never mind, I don't.
Like you thought.
Yeah, this is... You know what? We're just gonna go with this one and we're gonna keep moving.
Oh.
Baby.
Which cat is that?
This is Izzy.
Oh.
Nope. Okay. Sorry, I got it. We're back. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna move forward with this one. So, as you are trying to get a sense of what could be happening, looking up, and everyone's like, "What the fuck's going on? What's happening?" You're all going. You can see it, like see the sky through the hole as you all look up. Is anyone going outside to join fire and see what's happening, or are we just staying in?
I will.
When I hear the F word, I come a running.
But I bring my Digimon. I bring Terriermon with me though. I'm like, Terriermon, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
I assume you hear it a lot since it's in your last name.
Yes.
And as
I
you
never know
all,
when somebody's cursing me out or calling me by name.
as you all start scattering outside with your Digimon, you'll see Kian and Doraemon go with you as well. They shuffle all outside. And as you all watch, the sky pockets pink and red and bright purple, flashes of data and binary breaking through in momentary moments after these light flashes sear through. The sky quakes and trembles, and in an instant, ruptures open. A wide line, bright pink and crimson, splitting like a slit eye, open in the heavens. The moment it ruptures open isn't just a visual thing. It reverberates. The ground trembles. Reality briefly unmakes. And all around you see, as far as the horizon goes, in the distant deserts, back in the native forests, and off in mountains to the north, in some southern peaks down there, out of the ground, high enough that you can see them even from far away, skyscraper length, black needle-like towers shoot up all around the landscape.
No.
So do they look the same as the black towers we've
Absolutely.
been seeing?
Yes.
Oh.
Where before you were seeing individual ones, they are now like crystalline clusters sprouting, and off in the distance, you wager it's happening everywhere you can see and places you cannot.
I wonder if Daisuke's just as pissed off about this as I am.
Daisuke knows only two things: be pissed off and bust up towers.
So, anybody got any serious reactions outside of staring in amazement or horror right now? Because I have a thing to happen, but we can wait for that to happen.
Dad, what have you done?
Your dad did this?
Why does your dad get to be here? Where's ours?
No, I think your dad is just being a shithead. Not here, elsewhere.
Well,
Fire's just gonna look for like are any towers landing in our near vicinity.
there aren't none that would threaten you guys with like the force of their eruption. Like there's none that are right near you all, but you can look at around. But as Isabella misinterprets the dad, what have you done? As like, why does your dad get to come here and wonder what's happening? You all notice Terriermon, who was on top of Scarlet's head, is looking straight at the middle of that wound in the sky and slowly points up as his ears flare to the side. I don't think that's Scarlet's dad, but look. And as you all look, there is a figure, legs crossed, arms wide, hands like claws, and black wings, descending slowly from the heavens. A cackle like maniacal thunder quakes and ruptures the air around you, loud enough that it splits the atoms in the air. And, hey Artemis. I need a spirit roll from you real quick.
Oh shit!
Oh no.
Luckily, I'm quite spirited.
Hell yeah, spirit twins.
Oh, I'm supposed to play difficulty before you roll this, by the way.
Yeah, please tell me.
7.
7?
Yep.
What?
That many dice?
Well,
Use bond points.
What do I get for bond points?
Okay, so the first
I
one
have
gets
that-
an
I have
extra few dice,
And then one
each
extra one.
gets you one extra dice past that.
Okay. So I would have to use... and that's the number of successes I would need to roll, right?
yep.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Can you use any of your items or your talents?
I feel like harsh words to find confidence in myself.
I'll allow it.
I get boost whenever I attempt a test to show how tough I am, defy authority, or conceal the truth.
Yes. I will absolutely allow that. Absolutely. I will allow boost on this roll.
Brother.
Okay, and then that would be 3 bond points to be able to do 7 dice.
All right.
But we need. Oh no, because I need more than that to make the odds good.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw all but 1 bond point at this.
Oh dear. Okay.
Wait, ooh, does that set you up for a bond break episode?
If bond stress goes up, then yes, but
It's almost like that might have been the plan.
we'll see.
I have a feeling this is going to be some kind of move to subjugate me. I have to roll these in batches, but I've spent 5 bond points.
Uh-huh.
That gives you 6.
That's 6 extra die.
So yeah, 9 dice total. That's as good as I can do.
Well, you're
without-
also boosted, which means that your threshold to...
Okay, hold on. Let me slow down for 1 second. Let me slow down for 1 second for you real quick, just because I want to make use of this. So, you get boost by default from your trait you're applying here. Yes. So before you determine how many points to spend for dice, because there have been 2 plus 2s redeemed for you in chat, I'm gonna say that's double boost.
That's double boost.
Double boost.
So you need 2s and up?
2s and up?
You need 2s and up.
Okay. Cool.
9 dice, 2s and
It
up.
will fight the dice gods.
Okay, so that's 2 successes. Somebody keep track of this for me. So I'm rolling 9 dice total. 2
Got-
successes. A 6.
That's 4.
That counts as 2 successes.
And then 2 2s and a 6.
That's enough. Artie, you remember that moment in Hanayama Village when you helped those Tentomon deal with that shard of stone that was blocking off one of their friends? And in that moment, you got really close to a piece of black tower, and it lanced something through you that made you feel horrible, just for the briefest moment. Angry and afraid and alone for just a moment. You feel that. If that was a stone landing on your forehead, you feel that like a sledgehammer now. It is the weight of the world collapsing in around you. Everything around you saying, you do not matter, you do not care, and you should not be. It is everything you have not believed in, bringing yourself against you. And it slams into you. You buckle, feel it physically press into your shoulders. And just as you think you would fall, collapse in, but please, go ahead.
No, Artemis does fall. Like kicked in the chest, like all the way down on knees and like palms, and breathing heavily. Do the next bit of your narration.
And just as you think it would overcome you, completely overwhelm that small spark that is your heart, something clenches in your fist and you feel you push back. Something pushes out all that darkness. And as you come out of that breathing, you realign with the world. You feel a kind of slimy hand intertwined with yours. Jellymon grabs on and just, I'm here. We got this together.
Yeah, I don't think the feeling goes away, but like with Jellymon's help, what happens is Artemis like staggers up in like a kind of, a Spider-Man moment, if you will.
I love Spider.
The two of you gather together. That feeling, you all literally watch quick arc of purple-black lightning race all along Artie's body, just for a brief moment, and then ground itself in the dirt as Artemis gets back up and stands resolute with Jellymon. And you're all really, really glad to see that your friend is okay.
Are you okay?
Artemis, what? How are you still up?
I don't like that thing.
What was it?
Well,
What is it?
before I answer that question,
Fire's
there
good.
is one person who might be liking that thing a little bit less than Artemis. As Artemis, after you recover, you all are concerned and like, oh my god, what happened to Artemis? And you're all shifting over to look as she catches herself.
Uh-oh.
Then you hear a scream from behind you as Kian collapses over to their knees, doubles, and grips at their head, screaming. And Doramon just goes down. Kian, talk to me, please! And just continues to yell and double over, and as if like there is lightning shooting through them, just collapsing over in pain as this figure continues to laugh and descend.
Yeah, Fire's gonna just run over and put a hand on Kian's back and be like, Kian, what's happening?
Kian just is panting, breathing, and just, it hurts. And Doramon is just like trying to lean over and check in on Kian, and their forehead gem touches against the top of Kian's head, and you'll see that black lightning arc between them.
Lalamon and I are going to scream, seeing Artie get blasted at first, and then be like, "You've got this, Artemis! You're doing it!" And just while like running as fast as possible over to Kian, with Lalamon in tow, and I'd like to attempt to use our healing touch feature that both Lalamon and I have as part of our abilities.
All right, let's hear it. Tell me how this looks and what's your intent here.
In the same way, so we see Kian, and it's Doramon, right?
My fault.
I'm saying that wrong.
Yes, Kian and Doramon, yes. You're right.
They're kind of like honed together and the lightning's happening in between. I think Lalamon scuttles in between them and lifts their little hands up, and Isabella runs in and just puts hands on both of them looking kind of like through where they're connecting to see Lalamon down there. And I'm like, okay, we've got this, Lalamon. And then we both kind of just try to help them get through it.
You grab on to Kian, and you feel what they're doing, and you kind of briefly feel two things. The first is, much like I described with Artemis, that core, that burning spark at the heart of Kian, like their soul. And then, while you are certain you don't feel the full presence of it, or anywhere near it if you're looking, judging by their reactions, you feel that malevolent presence pushing down on them. It's held off by, like, your healing touch acts almost like a bubble around that spark, pushing that darkness away from them. It is still bearing down. You figure, I can hold this and keep them safe for maybe some time, but if I let this go, you don't want to think about what might happen.
Alright, Foxfire, Scarlet, Artemis, sorry, can you take care of that? And she's just pointing at, the spooky being in the sky with, her toe, actually, because she's trying to keep the hug. She's just, like, lifting a leg up and, like, pointing directly at the sky.
Well, funnily enough, the toe, is kind of like goes up and then manages to end up back on the ground as the figure descends from the ground and lands about 40 to 50, maybe 60 feet in front of you all. Big, but the figure is big enough that you can still get a pretty good view of him, even from pretty far away.
What does the scanner say?
We'll get to that in just a moment, but
okay.
I want you all to respond to Isabella things, because I want to see that moment real quick. So just as Isabella says, like, can you all deal with that? The figure touches the ground. Its body, large, silvery, and metal. Twin claw hands down at the ground. And about its shoulders are two, they look almost like mouths. Like fiendish imps close down on the mass of his shoulder. And two jet black wings. Impossibly not sound enough to fly with, but clearly was just doing it. Flare behind his back and then fold in as a sinister humanoid face with a metal mask around it looks at you all and slowly begins to pace forward. Actually, just stands there and waits for you all to respond to Isabella's request to deal with that.
I don't care if you have claws and black wings. Think you're some kind of bad butt because of it. Leave my friends alone.
Delimon hops down, fists up, and just, I won't let him get anywhere near you, alright?
Isabel, just keep doing what you're doing. And then I look over to the creature. I was like, what do you even want?
Carriermon just hops off of your head with a little flip and lands. I don't think he's much for talking. Foxfire?
I think Foxfire is just grabbing her Digivice and pulling it out and just looking to Renamon. Just nodding her head.
Renamon cracks her neck left and right, crunches her knuckles in, and just, I could use the workout. Bounces on her feet a little bit, takes a boxer stance, and just, let's make this fast, shall we? The figure starts to look at you all, sits there quietly for a second, and as it sees your Digimon step forward, just and slowly begins a pace walking towards you.
So what does the Digivice say?
Yeah.
Well, you pull out the Digivice, and it kind of, again, does a bit of a glitch as it aligns, but then it pulls up a hologram that you can all see with the figure sort of spinning around a name and information. And I'll give you the basics at least. The name, it's kind of gives two, weirdly enough. You think that because this is a world that's connected to the human world, there are regions where Digimon have different names depending on what part of the world you're from. Which is why, strangely enough, you can't. So for on the Digivice, it says Vandemon or Malomyotismon. Level Ultimate. It also, weirdly enough, gives a title, which it doesn't usually do for Digimon. It just usually just says name and then information. This one it does. Herald of the Apocalypse.
Okay, guys, I think we might be a bit screwed.
Terriermons. Nonsense! Quit talk!
I look around and I'm like, do you think maybe we should focus the towers?
Renamon, who is still standing in front of Foxfire, and just, the towers are too far away. This person is right in front of us.
Yeah,
We don't
we
deal
don't
with
have
it.
time for that.
What, the tower's not around, completely around us
They're,
too?
no. They're like
There's a bit of
all
distance.
over the place. There's none like right around you guys.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You're good. You're good.
I think what Artie will say in response to that. Why bother with the towers when the big boss is right here?
And it's as Artemis says that, we came back over to Malamyotismon, who just walks forward and just... And what have we here?
How you speak? So, why are you doing this?
Malamyotismon looks around and says, This? You believe this is my doing? I am simply here to revel in the madness of it all. Isn't it beautiful?
So where is it coming from?
This is all the bidding of the Master. I am his herald. My coming upon this world means the end is nigh.
Why does the master want to bring about the end?
All things end, child.
Love that canonically none of y'all react to Artie busting a gut.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm
I
the
was
character
sitting
now. I'm like,
there
what's
in
happening?
abject terror while trying to heal friends, but as Artie does it, I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, I'm sitting there, like, stressing my body, and Lulamon's just sweating for the first time ever in her short life.
Didn't know Plant could sweat,
That's
but yeah.
messed up. Hey, I would love to activate Tesla Jellymon.
All right, you are welcome to spend. We'll even just we're at the point in the series where now it's not even gonna get like the cool scene. Artemis, you hold up your digivice. It glows. Jellymon lights up. The figure grows in size and swipes a hand as the light crystals scatter away. Tesla Jellymon, you ready?
Let's
Yeah.
go. And they do the hand clasp
Hell yeah.
meme. But it's like at an angle.
Harrymon looks up
Harrymon.
and just ready for some fireworks.
It's now or never, Red.
Hmm?
Just gonna let him come to us? Is that what we're doing? Is that what's happening? We're just gonna let him...
Renamon just
What
says,
are you doing?
that does seem unwise.
I was just trying to get as much information as possible before we end up fighting him. Oh my god.
There's
Fire.
lightning in can! Do something!
Fire like flicks her wrist with the digivice, and just a glow of light envelops Renamon.
Mm-hmm. She like leaps up, twirls into a ball, and then the light kind of like shatters in midair as she explodes into her quadrupedal form, lands. Yo, come on! I never get used to switching legs.
Scarlet would follow suit and, like, you know, kind of like she doesn't like lift it up or like hold it up like high. She's just like she's a lot more subtle with it, and she kind of just points it toward Terriamon and says, "Come on, let's do this."
Right. And he kind of holds his hand up. He starts doing like the kind of like gun hand sounds before he even gets enveloped by light. It gathers up on him and then just shatters. And he kind of like cocks his arms back, and he has like the large gun hands now. They rotate. Gargomon.
Does Gargomon reload his arms? Like...
I mean, duh.
I feel like that's got to make it hard to eat.
You know, we'll deal with that later.
That's what his ears are for.
True. Well, you're all prepped and ready and good to go. Again, Lalamon and Isabella, you're feeling that pressure bear down more on Kian, more and more, as this guy approaches. Your Digimon all digivolve, and as he sees this happening, just says, "You think yourselves a challenge to me? You are due for a lesson."
Well, I think you's a bitch.
And with that, let's, you know what? I love my favorite thing to do, which is popcorn initiative. So, which of y'all wants to go first?
Don't we roll initiative?
Fuck that shit! Who wants to go first?
I'm scary fast, so it's me.
Do it!
There.
Tesla Jellymon's gonna slide in there and,
Kind of comes up, slides left, slides right, reels that arm back, gathers in static, and swing!
what am I rolling?
Let's see. It sounds like you're trying to close the distance and attack, so that's gonna be here. You know what? Hold up, quick reference. Attacking and defending. You are trying to move close distance or keep up with the target. So I'm gonna say possibly agility.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Then agility it is. Let's get that happening.
Agility. That's something I got lots of dice for.
You're gonna need them.
Hey, SMD FTB.
As a reminder, you are rolling with setback by default because he's a level above you.
Have we been keeping track of the crits so far?
Yeah, because I got 2 already.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I only just remembered, so.
Can I make the argument that this is to show how tough I am?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're making
great.
the opening move.
Yeah. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. One of them is a 6.
6 successes, one of which is a 6.
5 successes, one of which is a 6.
Okay, let's see. Teshamon reels back, swings that Volt Knuckle. The other arm just comes up, smashes into the palm. No damage inflicted. The lightning courses throughout Vandemon's palm, and he's just...
Wait, it doesn't change if I get one more success. Because I have Quick Strike on this attack, which means I get a second layer boost.
One more success meets, which is enough.
Yes!
Hey, suck it.
So, tell me how much damage you do.
Alright.
Real quick, I'm deciding whether or not I want to stun here. I would love to stun instead of doing damage.
Okay. So, you inflict, and you see the lightning course through, starting off at the hand, just almost like he's about to like clip like that was nothing, and then course through more of him. He doesn't flinch or move at all, then just and clearly is stunned, but doesn't move or seem like he's bothered by that too much. In any case, who else wants to go?
I think Gargomon is actually also like. Well, I mean, we all have fast Digimon actually.
Well, then go.
Scarlet's gonna say to Gargomon, we should be more defensive. Shoot him. Play on the back foot and shoot him, but also make sure that we defend Isabel. And then, Gargomon would probably like dart forward, but like
Roger,
not
Commander,
as far...
and just
Hello.
he just says, "Roger, Commander," and just takes off.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing the thing I normally do. I'm on his back.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And he stays at range, brings the guns up, and starts strafing and providing fire.
Yeah.
You are trying to
Boom,
keep
boom,
your
boom.
range. That sounds to me like
Yes.
it's going to be a brains.
Or agility?
Well, no, agility. We want to close the distance.
When you move to close the distance or keep up with the target
Yeah.
or attack stealthily. Attacking from behind, you could argue, is you're trying to be stealthy and like take advantage of that.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
argue if you're trying to get behind him and attack him, then I'd say that's agility. Otherwise, it's probably brains. Your goal is just to keep it range.
Okay. Oh, I built wrong then. Okay. That's 3. 4 for my rank. And then I'm at disadvantage because it's a level higher than us, right? So, but then what element is this creature?
His element is darkness.
Okay, so then it's equal. It equals out then, because my element is light for Gargoyle Laser.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
So yeah, so brains 3, rank 1, so that's 4 dice. Yeah.
Go for it.
That's 2 6s.
For 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
As you're watching the hits come in, Scarlet, you are thinking that should have probably been somewhere that wouldn't have been effective. Like, he should have been able to easily, like, even with the stun, should have been able to, like, bring the wing up around or something to, like, make that damage stick a little bit less. It's almost like he deliberately chooses to take the hit for some reason. You can't really get a sense of why, but he just takes the hit. Roll damage.
I mean, well, my damage is 10.
Oh, so he's gonna take 10 damage, and yeah, he's just gonna absorb that. I guess we'll swing around to you guys. This is one more of you guys. Foxfire.
Before telling Yokamon what to do, Fire's going to be looking more at the Digivice to see if there's anything that explains why he's just taking a hit for no reason.
The Digivice lists that Vandamon's armor is made of chrome digizoid, which is supposed to be the hardest material available in the digital world. So his armor is incredibly durable, which is your first thought. It also lists attacks for him, and while it doesn't say what they do, or specifically, it lists his basic attacks. He has, Fear Strike Claw, which does like a wave of damage in front of him. He has some other abilities that it lists, but it does list one special attack that it doesn't say anything about. So you're sure he has some thing in his pocket, but you can't really tell what it is.
Did anything look weird when the projectiles were hitting?
Yes, actually. Some of them, like, they hit him, but you can see small little flashes of red pop up on his armor where they hit. Like, the armor almost popped open holes in itself to let the shots go directly to hit him. I should note also, Fire, you did definitely see him, like, wince and eye in a little as they hit, so they definitely did damage to him.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Yokamon, don't use projectiles. Make it close and personal.
Understood. So Yokamon would just kind of like dart left, right, and then kind of like again while the stun is in, just come up like she's going to like jump in front of him, and then just fade, and another Yokamon appears behind him and just swings the tails around as hard as she can. Go ahead and roll an attack. I would say that's probably you are close to the distance as well, so I say agility as well again in this case. But if you're trying to hit as hard as possible, I'd say he is stunned, so I'd count this as like power as well.
I'll just do the quick hit agility.
Agility it is.
I'm gonna use a bond point. 2 5s and 3 6s.
Damn! 3 6s is a lot of 6s. Let's go ahead and pop those in. Y'all are at crit gauge
Just a
7, by the
heads up.
way. For context.
Yeah. Crit
That's
gauge
out
is
of
at
10?
7. I was gonna
Yep.
say the crit gauge has not kept up.
Oh yeah, I gotta update it when I do. So you're at 7, and Yokomon and Foxfire, it's almost the exact same thing. You'll see he kind of tilts his neck, even through the stun, indicating he could move just the tiniest bit, but doesn't do anything other than just like turn his shoulder a bit as Yokomon comes in and digs the claws, or like digs the tails in to like the side of him and just smashes. You hear a solid like blunt impact with force and a wave of pressure going out from his side where it impacts. And again, he damage.
Alright, well, since it wasn't a signature attack, that will be 18 damage.
All right, got you. So he eats that and just, you are all certainly capable little whelps. And he seems like he wants to do something, but he can't act, so he won't take his actual turn. So nothing happens other than he just kind of like holds that stun and like pulls back a little and just, come, impress me. And comes back around to you guys.
Jellymon can only do that once per enemy, right?
Once per enemy per encounter, I think.
So here's the thought. Here's actually, I'll give you guys this wager. So it's top of the round. You guys want to just go right now, put some more heat on him, or do you want him to go first?
Oh, that's such a.
I want him to go first.
No.
That's one vote for
We
him
want
going first.
Jellymon to go, and then him.
Okay, that sound fine.
Because you
yeah.
have your bonus from going first.
That's only for that move.
Can you not use the move again?
I could use that move again, but it wouldn't stun a second time.
Well, yeah, you just wouldn't choose to use the stun. It would still be.
I was actually thinking I could slap block break on, which
Oh, like use one of your other moves.
if I hit, I can make the target vulnerable.
Okay, yeah, we can let him go first, I guess. See how awful this is going to go.
So, before I tell what happens, I'm gonna let you know that.
Hey, can we point the camera at Isabella for a second?
Yes,
in case
absolutely.
Isabella wants to do anything?
Yeah, Isabella. So you're watching your friends go in and start attacking this foe, clearly putting blows on him, and he's not responding or doing anything, just taking the damage. You're also still holding on to Kian as that pressure starts to come in. Where are you at right now? What's happening?
I think Isabella is rightfully stressed. Because she's wondering, like, she wants Lolomon here for her to like keep her strong, but she's wondering if she should be sending Lolomon out and just continuing to use her healing hug that I'm making up because I'm healing. I have healing touch as a person.
Listen, we make it work.
I doubled down on all the healing guys.
We love it. And so
I'm forever clear.
you are thinking like, should you and Lolomon go fight? Should we go help? It's gonna be tough. but-
No, should Lolomon go?
Yeah, should Lolomon go?
I intend to stay right here.
And you're thinking about this. As you're thinking this, Lolomon tucks under you, kind of like get in between you and Kian and put their hands on as Kian is still writhing in pain. And just, Lolomon looks up at you and just, whatever you say, I'll do. I'm here for you.
You know, I think I can handle this. I think you should go help Artemis.
As you say that, that wave slams in a little bit harder.
I throw up, and Lolomon realizes it's not a good idea to leave.
Oh.
Lolomon just looks over and just, I don't want to see you get hurt, Isabella.
That wasn't pain. I'm terrified. When I get really, really nervous, sometimes I barf.
So, Isabella, so Lalamon is looking back and forth between the fight and you and Kian and fight and you, Kian, you fight, and then just
How is Doramon doing?
Doramon is just right next to Kian, just still writhing and kind of clutching in, and just
You're not having a good time.
yeah, at all, not a great time. Lalamon just looks over, and in the middle of all of this, just can I tell you a story?
Right now?
Yes, right now.
Okay.
And we're gonna come right back to that moment in just a bit, just as Vandemon, Malomyotismon, whatever, takes his turn. Now before
Also, I don't know if I ever specified this, but Fire is like riding on Yokomon's back, like just holding on, like kind
Okay.
of prone.
Sorry, is this Belial Vandemon?
Yes.
Neo Vandemon. Okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure it is Belial Vandemon. My apologies. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
okay.
Belial Vandemon. My apologies.
Because the description you gave could have been Neo Vandemon, and that would have been as cool. I just wasn't sure.
No, this is in fact Malomyotismon, also known as Belial Vandemon. Apologies.
Belial Vandemon.
So, speaking of him, as he's waiting for you all to go, you know what? He's not gonna use that just yet. He just is going to have both of those mouths on his shoulders pop open, the teeth
I don't like
splitting,
this.
and flaming balls of energy grow. And he just says, Havoc Blaster. And fires both of them directly at Tesla Jellymon. I'm gonna have to have you roll a dodge.
Sick. I'm really fast.
Good.
So if my qualities apply here, does that?
Gives you quality gives you applies. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure
Cool.
quality adds dice equal to whatever the quality level is. So if it's quality level 1, you get 1 die. 2, you get 2 die.
Okay, I am boneless and squishable, so that's gonna be 7 dice total.
All right. Hey girl, you're looking
Love
boneless
that.
squishable over there.
Love to have no bones, baby.
No bones.
No bones.
Ah!
Honestly, that's a better roll than I was expecting. One more die. Yeah, that's 5 5s.
5 5s is not enough, darling.
Ah, shit.
Can I try to interrupt this?
Interrupts, as in, okay. I will allow you
So
to.
my plan is to have Yokomon basically like so Fire will like yell at Yokomon to essentially like get them out of the way to like leap up and just kick off of Tesla Jellymon to send both of them opposite directions.
I will allow this. This will split the damage between 2 of you. So both of you take 10.
Oh, nice.
Can I can I roll to reduce that a little bit from
Nope.
the quick reflexes and trying to protect my true friends?
This is probably as good as we're gonna get.
Yeah,
No,
that's all you're getting, babe. Sorry.
Okay,
Take
that's
10.
fine. That's fine. I can handle that.
As you manage to separate them, and as you two push apart, the
Yeah.
blast lands, and the radiant explosion still catches both of you and sends you in separate directions. Belial Vandemon just puts his hand down and just... Properly threatened? Or do you still wish to challenge me?
We can leave you alone if you just stop whatever the fuck is going on. And she just motions at the like Kian. Just
And he just looks up and just... And why would I stop when it's already in motion?
Artie is gonna check in
prove
with
you
Tesla
can, because
Jellymon.
otherwise you a bitch.
How tough just am I looking?
8 of 18.
Jellymon just gets up.
I didn't know that.
Jellymon gets up from the thing and just clutching at her ribs, but still rolling that one arm. Just
No bones.
Didn't know that.
Rib
about
area.
Tesla Jellymon bourbon.
just gets up and just. I'm good. I'm still in it.
fastest guns in the West. I have not increased my heart for any of my evolutions.
Vermin?
Why would we do that?
You don't have to expressly increase stats between forms. They can just be different. I know. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's twos all the way from Puyoyoman to the most recent thing that I made.
In any case,
Hey. 5 dodge dice is good.
it's good.
Wasn't it
Real
but-
good.
Before we delve too far into mechanics, Malamyotis Mon, Belial Vandamon, which we want to go with. The two cannons, which, fun fact, I'm looking at the wiki now. They're named Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm not making that up. That's and thanks Digimon. I love you as a franchise.
Pandemonium Flame.
They close in, and he just rolls his shoulder again, and just, if you believe you are still worthy, let me weather more of your paltry blows. And he just opens his arms wide and presents himself.
Does it seem like the arm cannons are feeding off of his pain?
No.
No.
Also,
Okay.
Artemis is laughing again.
What?
Artemis apparently is laughing again.
Yeah, Artemis is 100% laughing again.
Oh.
He's coming upon the earth and he's not impressed by our paltry blows. Artie thinks that's hysterical. Also, Artemis doesn't have an off switch. The humor is the way to get through stress.
Fair.
So, as it's kind of switched, just kind of as he rolls his shoulders some more and opens his arms wide to present it for more damage, it's the three of you again. Just before I say anything else, I want this to be noted. You struck for 18 fire, and Scarlet, you and Gargomon struck for 10. I will let you guys know that both those damages were halved.
Okay, so we did 14 damage.
Mm-hmm. And he just looks like it's you guys. So, it's on you guys, friends. Turns? Who wants to go first?
I guess. Is there something I can do to try and see with the Digivice if there's any particular place on him that we should be striking? Like any particular.
I will spare you
point.
I'll spare you. You look at your device, look for like weak points or vulnerabilities, and you get a minor weakness to light damage, and that's it. No, there's no particular notice of weak point or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are the mouths still open?
Nope, they closed.
They closed? Okay. I was like, I hate to say this, but just try and hit him really, really, really hard.
And the cannon spin on Gargomon's arms. You're damn right!
Is there something I can do with bond points to increase my damage? I'm trying to find what I can use those for.
I think so.
So for bond points, it's gonna be.
There is the one for getting more damage now.
Yeah, it's just the 2 extra dice for rolls, or use your signature attack when you're out of uses. Make an action immediately, like interrupting things.
Yeah.
Or stay alive when you would like otherwise die.
Which I guess I was a little bit confused. Like, how do we do signature attacks get more damage?
They get more damage as you put ranks in them. We can discuss rules things later if we want. Let's keep moving for now.
Okay.
Yeah, basically their rank gets added onto the.
Yeah, let's keep the turn going for now. So, signature attack again.
Yeah, so I'm going to be using my signature attack again because I used it once already.
Go for it.
So, for this time, I'm just going to have. It seems like Isabella's got to actually handle it, so I'm just going to. Me and Gargomon are going to just like dash just immediately up and get directly in his face, so I'm attacking with power.
Sounds good
So,
to me. I would also argue you could be using heart here if you wanted to, as you are definitely putting yourself in harm's way.
I want to. Well, what do I need to do to use power?
No. I say it could be either one. Power's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
power works.
5 dice, and I'm. Well, what are my other things? Well, I'm leaping up into his face, so I guess I'm adding Great Leap as well for 6,
Sure.
7 signature attack. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, you didn't roll great.
Quick reflexes doesn't fit. I will go ahead and spend a bond point. So that gives me 2 more.
All right, let's get it going.
9. Still. And does multi-hit, that's only for multiple targets.
Yes,
I don't,
we don't want him.
Okay.
We want him right now.
Alright. So that's 1, 2, 3. What I need to succeed? Right now?
We need more than him.
No,
how many you got?
What's my base number right now?
Huh?
Like, what's the number? 4 or higher, or?
Oh yeah, 4, 5 or higher. Oh no, you're light, so it's 4 or higher.
Okay, so that's 3 successes with 2 sixes.
That. Wait, 3 successes with 2 sixes. That means that.
Oh,
That's...
I got a 5 and 2 sixes.
Okay, so that's 5 successes total, which is enough to beat him.
Okay.
So damage.
I have power times 2 equals 10.
All right, so that's 10 more damage that's done onto him. As again, he just opens arms wide, and again, gaps in the armor open up, and you just see the shots dig into him. He just, you have spirit.
So are you a masochist or what?
And he just says, and he just kind of looks and just says, wouldn't you like to know? Still on you guys. Who else?
I mean, that just sounds like a cop-out, but... yeah, Fire is just gonna be, like, clenching her fists, like, grabbing Yokomon's fur, and just going, I won't let you hurt my friends! And just Yokomon goes straight at him to unleash a point-blank hell flame barrage right in his face.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll to attack.
I am going to be using my feature, Like I Care, to protect my true friend. So that, for this, and then also having Yokomon use Frightening Aura, like, while charging him.
I'm here for it.
Okay, let's get some fucking dice.
As Yokomon runs forward, fangs bared and roaring, and leaps up, brings the claw down to grab one of the shoulders and pull the arms away, and just brings the fangs up. It's like she's gonna try to just, like, bite, clamp down on the neck area. Give me that roll, babe. Ooh, that's a.
And I'm gonna be using 1 bond point.
All right.
A 5 and 2 sixes.
2 sixes. Y'all are almost there. Damn. With 2 sixes, you with the 5 sixes miss. That's 5 successes. Oof.
Yeah.
That is not enough, darling. As
Oh.
he rolled 2 sixes. 2 sixes, a 5 and a 4.
Wait. Oh wait, no, sorry. Because I'm using my feature, I get boost. So the 4 I have counts as a success.
Oh, that's true. So that means you have an up.
Right. I wasn't thinking of that.
Beats it,
I
beats it.
forgot.
Damage.
Okay. Also, is now a good time to mention I was scrolled down too far on my sheet and should have done less damage before.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay. So I will be doing. Let's see. What's it? Should be doing explosive damage. Yeah. 1 second.
You gotta take time. In any case, you want give me damage number just a moment.
7 damage.
7. Okay.
And also, Yokomon heals for the enemy's level in
Oh,
damage.
then you'll heal 9 damage.
Jesus.
So, as you regain your health, don't be mad at me. You're gonna put health back. You're welcome. Artie, you're the one. Oh, did you go, Artie? No, you're right. It's just you. It's just you and Isabella. I mean,
these 2 attacks come like whizzing by, and Artie kind of nods to Tesla Jellymon, and she runs to Artie, and Artemis like grabs Tesla Jellymon's hands and flings the Digimon, and it looks like Tesla Jellymon is aiming for this fellow's face, but is gonna fly over his head instead, leaving tentacles around his face, hoping to like slingshot and not suplex, but like use momentum to flip this Digimon over onto his tummy.
all right, give me. Ooh, I like that. I think that might.
Time.
That sounds like
And
it's.
I'm trying to be sneaky about it. Like, I'm using the other people as cover because Scarlet explicitly is, like, standing there on
Yeah.
Pokemon.
All right, then agility it is.
Okay.
Nice.
That's 3 6s. And then I have setbacks, so the 4 doesn't count. So that's 6 successes.
That's enough. Give me damage.
Oh, sorry. I'm counting this as using Punishone. So I'm actually just gonna do Block Break, which makes them vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have they have setback on their defenses. And I do 3 damage.
Nice. So, I'm gonna say
I'd
that.
go first.
So, you guys, grand total. I'm gonna say a couple things, and then we'll get ourselves on out of here for a break. So, as Tetsuimon literally comes and brings around, plants her feet on the ground, and pulls, Bella Vandemon gets brought up and smashed into the ground for some damage. The armor cracks in a couple of places as he hits the ground. He just, and then just flaps those wings. Boosters ignite under them, and he flaps once, the burst of air blowing you all back a little bit as he takes to the sky. Insolent children! The first thing I'll tell you is, you've all filled your crit gauge, so bear that in mind for next turn.
No.
The second thing, we'll come back to Isabella as we start next turn, because I want to get to that story, don't you worry about that. But just before that, before we hit our break, you all did last round. Again, it was, we'll count the number as it was. So Spur, you do 7 damage normally?
So it was 6, and then the rank of the attack was 1. So
Okay.
I had 1 from that.
So, okay. So then it's 7 that, so 7 have this, we'll go with 4 there. And then 10 again have this 5. That's 9. 9 including the, what was that? You guys did 14 last round. Which that should have actually also been 9. So 9 and 9 is 18.
All mine.
Hmm?
All mine would have been 6s if I was adding the rank and then dividing by half.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
In which case, so then that's a great total of 10, so 20 damage total.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Cool. All the as he brings his arms up, all the holes in his armor open and spread wide as a gas kind of begins to leak and seep out of them for a bit. Sodom and Gomorrah pop open, gather a massive ball that kind of like gathers up in front of him, and then absorbs into both sides of the cannons. And he holds back, brings in both arms. Demonium. Anyone who has dealt damage to him takes 20 damage.
I'm sorry, what?
He couldn't use it last round, it would have just been 9. When he uses Pandemonium, all damage he's taken since the last time he used it gets reflected to the people who have dealt damage to him.
What?
I'm still up.
I'm not.
What?
Remember, you can spend bomb points to survive if you hit 0 HP.
Yeah, but then I'd have 0 bond points.
Well,
And also, that would require more bond points than Artie has.
well, keep in mind, you did just get your hit your maximum for crit gauge. So, You all and Digimon get blasted away in a wave of black and red energy. And Isabella, you hear a story from Lalamon. A story that makes you feel some things. And we'll talk about the story in just a moment. But just as that story ends, and she says, now you tell me what to do. You look over and watch your friends get blasted with a wave of energy that sends them sprawling. And we'll part on that image right there and come back in just a little bit. Friends, don't touch that dial or that browser. We will be right back with a little bit of With the Will after a brief break to let our players stretch, refuel, defuel, and scream at me. See you all in just a moment.
There will be much screaming.
And goodbye. And we return to another exciting episode of With the Will of Digimon Odyssey. We're back just as our friends took some massive damage from one resident, Malomyotismon, Belial Vandemon, depends on where you're from. He goes by all kinds of names, but he sure does lots of damage to Digidestined and their partners. But before we address that, and we talk about how bad things are for our friends right now, let's focus in on another quiet moment. Rewind a few minutes before things got really bad. The battle is still raging, but off to the side, as Isabella throws up and is nervous and scared for what's happening, while her and Lalamon still push back against the tide of darkness trying to envelop and consume Kian and Doramon. Lalamon turns and says, let me tell you a story. And we'll zoom back in on that moment right now. Lalamon looks over at Isabella and just... So, when I was smaller, yes, I could get smaller, believe it. I used to live in a little village with some friends. They were smart and strong and charming. And one of them was really, really important to me. You ever had someone be really important to you, Isabella? Like, in here?
Yeah.
It's... Sorry, go ahead, please.
I was gonna say, I have my plans at home, and on good days, Artemis.
She looks up and just... Artemis is a good sister. A good sibling.
Yes. Most of the time. Sometimes they're also a jerk, but in like, I care about you way kind of jerk.
And she just says, that sounds kind of familiar.
Ian.
She says, sometimes we care a lot about people, and sometimes we don't always know how to best to show it. And some of us do it with gifts or presents. Some do it with attention and care. Some do it with thinking about someone a lot, or writing about them, or sending them things. But some people subscribe to an idea that I think I heard someone call tough love. Feels like sometimes the best thing to do when you care about someone is just to beat up on them a little bit. Make sure they're tough enough. Yeah, it sounds pretty familiar.
I will give her a little look like, you think I give out tough love?
She kind of somberly smiles. I was talking about me.
You give out tough love?
I used to. I looked after my friends when I was little. I kept them safe. Made sure they wouldn't get themselves hurt or get in any trouble. Make sure we all had berries to eat and that we all stayed inside when it rained. And sometimes, well, they would get a little uncooperative. And so I'd get loud. It would make them listen. It would keep them safe, but, well, one friend didn't like it very much. he left. And he was really important to me. And she kind of stumbles over some words for a little bit.
Come on, I don't know. I mean, sometimes people are loud just so they can be heard. It's not always a bad thing.
Yeah.
We don't call people names unless it's funny to them too.
Yeah. But I guess it's important to make sure the funny is still there. And sometimes, well, sometimes tough love is, well, he stops and thinks for a little while and just... Isabella, I see so much love in you. I see it reach out and blanket over everyone who is close to you. Not just Artemis, but Scarlet, and Foxfire, and she puts a hand on Kian and channels more energy into healing them. And even Kian. You care so much about the people around you, and you show it in a myriad of ways. Love can take on so many unique patterns. But, well, tough love is 2 words. And sometimes the people we care about only need 1.
Yeah. Do you think you're still a tough lover, or not? Do you still give tough love? Is what I meant to say, or is there a better way I should be showing love right now? Am I doing it wrong?
She puts her hands up on yours and to remind you that you are actively putting hands on and holding Kian, literally sheltering them from their pain. It's hard to me from this very important moment while I grab a prop.
I was trying to have them covered.
Watch these things. Damn.
Thanks,
Dirty.
Berman. Good screen.
Gotta maximize the time.
Back like I never left. Look at it. There it is, you degenerates. I hope you're happy. Anyway, back to this important moment that's happening right now. So, as she thinks about and reminds you that you are holding Kian, literally shielding them from the trauma and the pain with your energy, she says, well, I don't know exactly. I don't think anyone can love perfectly. And tough love feels natural sometimes. But, well, there's 2 of us here. And I think our friends might need us, so how's about you do the love, and I'll go be tough.
That sounds like a good idea. I believe in you. I really do. I'm nervous that you're leaving, but I really believe in you, and I think whether it's you or someone, whatever happens, you got it, because you're smart and strong.
She puts her hands from your hands onto your face, having to come up on her toes to do it, and just... But do you believe in you?
I feel like now might be a good time to start.
And it's as you say that, hanging down from you as you're bent over, that necklace with your tag, with your crest on it, begins to glow. As you think about, and you look over, right as she looks up and just says, so what do you want me to do? And it's in that moment that a rippling blast washes over the area, blowing sand and dust up, and you look just as you see Artemis tumble through the sand, Yokomon skid to a halt, falling over, Foxfire tumbling off of her, Gargamon go rolling and tumbling into the dirt, sheltering Scarlet with his ears as best as he can, and Tessageliamon smash into the wall. It's like a large rock outcropping, smash into it, and fall over. they're all kind of still moving, but everyone looks really banged up. And Belial Vandeman is just laughing like a madman.
Like the moment I see my friends and brother hit the ground, I am going to just scream out for Lalamon to protect them. So like giving her the go ahead to like get the hell out of here because someone needs to help.
Lalamon, contrary to the scream, doesn't run over. It's almost like a wave of calming power fills her, flowing out from you, from your crest. She turns, nods once, and on those stubby little legs of hers, starts to walk towards the scene, directly towards Belial Vandeman. Bright red light, starting to swell and glow all around her. And we'll cut right back, just as we cut over to one other person. As I mentioned, gang, you all just got knocked pretty damn bad. I know 2 of you, your Digimon, are still perfectly conscious with no problem. You're still above 0 HP with no issue.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll, if you don't mind, we'll montage and just say that you all skid down. You're banged up, kids. You've got some cuts and some bruises. You're hurt, definitely. You're rattled, and your partners don't look great. But they are getting up, just slowly rising as best as they can. And they look over to see Artemis just barely stumbling as best as she can to get to her feet, and to Jellimon just lying on the ground, barely even twitching. And let's cut over to those 2 now.
Jellymon! And Artemis is gonna run, like slide in, like, hey. Talk to me, are you good?
An eye opens slowly. Yeah, hey. Anyone get the number on that Locomon that hit me?
Come on, you gotta get up. You gotta get back in it. He's still... And Artemis is gonna look at the big guy. And gonna look... Is Isabella moving at this point?
You've just seen Isabella look up and scream, and you see Lalamon turning and just now beginning to slowly walk towards Belial Vandeman.
I'm still holding our friends if you're looking at me.
Yeah. I need help. Someone help.
Desalon just... You got me. I'm still in it. And as she tries to get up, just falls back over. Ow. It's okay. Don't be scared. We and she kind of like tilts her head up a bit more to see you. We're action people. Yeah?
Yeah.
She looks over and just... Lalamon looks real serious. You think she's gonna go fight?
I think she's gonna go nuts.
We can't let her do that by herself, can we?
You can barely move.
I can move, though. And the hand kind of comes up and just, like, not the Tesla, the appendage, but, like, her actual hand bumps middle of your chest, right where the tag is, and just, we can do this. Yeah?
I've got you. Whatever you need.
All I need is you to believe in me. And in yourself.
That's sounds hard. I will do my best.
And it's as you say that, I will do my best. You look, and under where Jellymon's fist is touching, there's a slight orange glow. And as she moves that hand, you'll see that, much like Isabella's, your crest is glowing bright orange. Jellymon just sits upright, rolls her shoulders, and just... Let's do this, then. And in the air, in the space in between Lalamon and Isabella, and hidden by and obscured by dust for the rest of you, but Artie, or Artemis, in the air in front of you, in Jellymon, you'll see symbols pop up. Isabella, yours is that same curled heart structure with the spiral on one side, bright red and spinning in between you two. And Artie, yours is that same orange sun, pointed and bright, spinning in front of you. Your Digimon rears up, orange light glowing and rising up all around her. Lalamon, glowing bright red, keeps walking towards Belial Vandemon, and as that orange light from the smoke and the red light approaching, he turns and looks and just... What might this be? Just as Lalamon kind of sprouts, grows into Sunflamon, long-armed and striding forward. Sunflamon stops. The sunflower kind of closes in as he kneels in. It peels back, and it opens like a new blossom. A bright white light pouring out of it. You can't see Sunflamon's face. Out of that light, however, a figure rises, ascends heavenly. Like a woman, almost. All statuesque and gorgeous as all hell, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. She folds in on herself. Two bright white flares ping from either shoulder and wrap around her, and then explode into shards, leaving bright pink wings all behind her. She brings up an arm, swipes, and the dust clears away, and she speaks in a voice like a proud goddess, so loud that it echoes all around. Angelwomon. Meanwhile, the dust swipes away from where Artemis is, as another figure rockets up into the air, a comet of black and blue, lifting straight up skyward. It twists, carrying dust and sand with it, and as it explodes, it too is a winged woman. But where Angelwomon is this figure of statuesque nobility and beauty, this figure is its twisted mirror. Still gorgeous in this haunting kind of way, but this tall woman dressed in dark clothing, a mask hanging about her head and obscuring her features, and wings sprouting from her back like a Chiropterian bat creature. She cracks her neck, angles claws that sharpen and then retract back in. Lady Devimon. And you all watch as your two friends take on forms you have absolutely never seen before.
Artie turns bright red.
As does Isabella. Woo!
You didn't think we could make people gape their Digimon partners? Guess what? This is Neon Lights Roleplay, assholes! Don't ever doubt me! Anyway,
That's weak sauce.
let's get some responses from the other two who are tending to their wounded Digimon. Renamon just looks up. Incredible.
I think we can let them handle this for now.
Indeed. Gargomon just... What's going on? What happened? What? Whoa.
Scarlet is actually a little bit flabbergasted, both from like the shock of being pushed back and then literally seeing a literal like angel just like appearing in the confusion, what seems like nowhere, like out of the blue, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she doesn't really say anything. She's just kind of like looking up at Andrew, woman, just and then she just kind of pats Gargomon on the shoulder as he talks, as in like, just stay here, like.
Gargomon just looks up and like literally doesn't even have like words, like it's just staring wide, like literally flops down onto his butt, looks up and is just, whoa, just staring in wonder at the things that are happening before him. Belial Vandemon flaps a wing and rises into the air as these three celestial combatants rise up and face off. Belial Vandemon just, new challengers. Show me then your mettle! As Sodom and Gomorrah open wide, and he brings his hand forward. Demonium blast! And fires. Both of them literally just bring their wings forward, hold it in. The blast smash straight into them. Dust and smoke billowing black behind Lady Devamon and Angelwomon. But as it settles and dusts away, the two of them look, well, completely unscathed. Angelwomon decides to, so Lady Devamon goes first and just, I think we've had enough of you. Raises that hand and just, darkness wave, and closes her hand in, and tendrils of shadow from all of the pieces of rock and debris, all the shadows rise and writhe and wrap themselves around his arms and legs and his torso and wings and constrict him in, and then send black and blue lightning up their lengths. And for the first time in this entire battle, you all hear Belial Vandemon scream in agony. This isn't possible!
I told you we'd do better if we had big black wings and claws.
And Lady Devamon just looks down at Artie and literally just winks. Angelwomon brings up a hand.
Harder.
Of course. Angelwomon brings up a hand which has a glove around it, points up two fingers almost like a gun, and then puts it forward. The glove has two small wings on either side of it. Those glow bright pink and then expand until her arm looks like a large bow and arrow. She brings up her other hand, pulls back, and in between them, a bright white, well, giant arrow made of light materializes in the middle of them. Celestial arrow. And with a single fire, it pierces directly into Belial Vandemon's armor. He brings up his hands as it literally starts to eat into the armor around his hands, cracking the chrome ditches away as he tries, struggling against the darkness wave to literally hold back against this. Angelwomon just, your corruption has lasted long enough. Your master will not rise this day. And he just, what will be, shall be! And that light wraps around him, and in a explosion of black and white energy, Belial Vandemon is literally unmade. It's a strange thing to have a night so hectic suddenly return to quiet, especially when you suddenly find yourself being watched over by, well, it looked like an angel and a demon, effectively. But as things slowly settle in, pieces of chrome digizoid armor landing on the ground, indicating that while you're not certain if everything's solved, because the sky is still dark purple and there's still the strange things happening all around, this threat, for now at least, is absolutely put down. And you all start to slowly gather up, just as Angelwomon and Lady Devamon sort of walk over to each other, offer a very, very courtly, sort of sisterly embrace, and slowly float down together and land. Kian immediately sort of like is relieved, just like, and just falls over, asleep, unconscious. Doraemon right beside you. Isabella, you can feel, however, their souls are at rest.
Everyone, okay?
Good Whew.
Yo!
Yep.
Yo!
Renamon,
Isabella's gonna like try to clear her eyes of like everything that's happening right now. She's like, nothing is real. What's going on?
you're clearing your eyes, trying to wipe and see what's happening, and you almost don't even notice it as you're still trying to figure out what's going on. But as you finally get them away, Angelomon is not standing there. She is now turned and leaned over in front of you, just... Are you alright, Isabella?
Yep. I am okay. How about you?
She just says, I am fine. And she puts... She is now decently bigger than you. Like, she's much larger than human-sized. But she, with a single, half of her hand, just brushes your hair and just... Thank you for believing in me.
Yep. Oh gosh, you're really big. In a good way. In a good way.
She says, well, yes, I certainly feel different, but it feels good. We'll cut over, and Yokomon, who is now devolving back into Renamon, walks over with fire in tow and is just, I hate to copy Artemis's crass language, but yo.
Scarlet is just looking very confused as she's hearing all these comments coming from Digimon. And it's just like, wait, but this doesn't make sense. This is a lot to do. I don't want to decompress this. Nope. It's going into a 7-zip foul.
Okay, that broke me. Lady Devamon just parts and kind of just taking a look at herself and just, oh, this is nice. I could get used to this. So that's kind of like pose striking and like, like kind of flexing a little bit.
You got a little demon ghost. And yeah, there's like streaming little ghost faces riding along on Lady Devimon's shoulders.
Uh-huh.
And claws!
It again brings her hand down and the claws shink out of her nail beds and then back in.
Do you still know wrestling moves?
She kind of just like turns, like strikes a pose and like does like a sort of like mock pile driver. But of course, she is also much, much bigger than a normal human now. It's so just
Not on me!
large plume of sand and dust kicked up as she lands. How was that?
There was a thumbs up. I don't know if that.
No,
showed
I caught.
on
No,
camera.
I mean, I caught it. I don't know if everybody else caught it.
Camera did. We're good.
Very good, cool. And so yeah, you're all taking this in, watching as your Digimon revel in their newfound power, and Gargomon just is looking up, just again, still just wide-eyed, just for the 4th time maybe since this happened, just whoa. But is now like walking over with originally has Scarlet on like his back, but as he digivolves back down into Terriermon, Scarlet, you're kind of like brought back down to ground level and are kind of walking yourself as Terriermon's now walking in front of you.
Yeah, and I lean down to scoop him up.
Mm-hmm. And he's just, when do we get that cool?
Never.
You already are that cool. Terriermon, you don't need to worry about it.
But they can fly.
You can fly. You can fly right now.
But they fly with wings. I fly with ears.
She's like, Terriamon, like, for you to get that cool, we would have to face something just as incredibly dangerous and possibly not great. So let's not rush into it, okay? The time will come, probably.
And he'll just flop into your arms, fold arms, just, yeah.
Knife, hands, and I imagine Lady Devimon is chanting this too.
Yeah, just
Knife,
knife
hands,
hands, knife hands. And as you're all sort of taking this in, anything else we want to like settle in on this scene, or just kind of enjoy? Like, I feel like this is a good place to start moving us towards our end. We feel like.
Well, I mean, I guess Scarlet would look around at everyone and be like, so, what do you want to do? It's already night. Like, we just had a battle. Do you want to camp here one more night? Before we head out to somewhere?
There, probably. And Artemis will point out at the like black shards that erupted nearest to us.
So, there is one last thing I'd like to point out to you all before that happens, which is as you all start looking at all the black towers and seeing all the things in the distance and thinking, there's so many. How are we going to go and break all of these? Artemis, you point towards one on the horizon line. And because you're pointing, you kind of, in a way that like lets you look up a little bit. You get another good look at the sky, and you recognize that big tear in the sky, the one Belial Vandemon flew down through. It's still open. It looks a little different now, where before it was just a mass of like pink and crimson energy. It's a little different now. It, well, looks almost like in the middle of it, as opposed to just raucous energy, you can see something. Looks kind of like large rectangles. Wait, no, hold on. Buildings. It's the real world.
What?
What do you see?
Look!
I look up.
True to form. You all see.
Oh no, he did do something, didn't he? And she just like threw up her hands on her face.
That's gonna take a lot of work to unscrew up.
We should probably not be right here, everyone. I feel like this is the spot in the game where the big monsters spawn all the time. And I feel like we should not be right here right now.
Renamon is actually the one who walks forward towards the head of the group, ahead of you, Foxfire, and you could see a focused and confident look on her face as she's looking straight up at the sky. I agree. We should not be through here. Or we should not be here. And she points up. We should go through it. Remember what the old man said in the temple. The real world and the digital are interlapping. It is causing, and she sweeps out her hand at all the towers in distance, calamity. Perhaps, if what young Scarlet suggests is true, the source of this calamity is coming from the other side.
Are we? I know what I heard my dad say when I ended the call, but are we gonna be able to find the crests once we go through? Do we need to be here to find the crests?
Well, it wasn't like we found them, right? They, like, happened to us.
Lady Devimon just kind of starts to sit up a bit more. Just, yes, things do seem to just keep happening to us. I'll be honest, I'm with Renamon.
Well, Okay, well, I mean, if you think that we will be able to get them at home, then yeah, I am fully on board with going home. To find out why, and well, it's home.
Kian, who is slowly coming to now as you all look over and see, kind of holding their head, just... Well, if something over there is causing stuff to happen over here, then breaking towers is like trying to deal with ticks by just picking them off when they get in you. It's better to hit it at the source, yeah?
There are Digimon ticks?
Dormon just... What's a tick? Kian just says. I think there's your answer.
Sorry, I the player, got confused about who was speaking.
Doramon just kind of looks and just... So we're on a trip then, yeah? Kian, are you okay to go? Kian just... Yeah. I'm sorry I wasn't helpful there, friends. I don't know. I'm okay. I'll be okay.
And Artie will give a hand to Kian to pull them up.
They take it, and they pull up.
We're gonna have to be careful if we go back through. I mean, unless Digimon are just rampaging, like we're gonna have to be really careful.
That's not good. How would they get up there? Only the flying ones could go.
Terriermon just hops down and just... You don't know how many Digimon can fly. What if there are a bunch of Digimon over there in the human world? Humans can't fight Digimon. You guys can't fight Digimon. And if humans are all as weak as you guys, you're screwed.
I would just... I was just gonna slap them and just be like...
Wait, who's saying that?
Terriermon.
Wait, who?
Terriermon said it.
Oh, I was like, Terriermon. Like, wow, that's true. It's okay. I just pet him on the head.
Humans have guns.
Yeah, we've got guns.
Terriermon's like, well, yeah, do you have guns in your arms?
No.
Ha!
We don't have to
Digimon 1, Human 0. Anyway, road trip.
Yeah, road trip.
Oh, no.
I hold on. Before, I just need the logistics of this established. Are Anjumon and Anjumon and Lady Devimon scooping us up and flying us through the roof?
Well, those of y'all that can't fly, or at least can't fly with a burden, as Terriermon couldn't easily fly while holding you, while carrying you, Scarlet. So yes, they're all going to get scooped up by your respective Angelomon or Lady Devimon, respectively. Kian will resolutely, kind of looking like they very much want to get home for some reason, hold the Digivice up, and Doramon will glow in light and then expand, and the light explodes away as they become Darugumon, shake, and grow their little wings. Kian climbs on their back and just... We all ready to go?
Yeah.
I'm imagining Artie getting picked up by Lady Devimon, much the same way that Artie has picked up Jellymon in the past.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't stretch that way.
She's just like... She just kind of holds you sort of one-handed in a palm and just... You're cute.
I don't think I'm that much smaller.
Oh, yeah, no.
It's like child to adult size difference.
Fair and valid. In any case...
I have the visual for me. I'll post it here. Ah!
Angelomon's big. In any case, your partners scoop you all up in your arms, and as well as your friends, so those of you who can't fly. We'll assume that we go 2 and 2. So let's just say Scarlet and Terriermon go with Lady Devimon as well, and Renamon and Fire go with Angelomon. As the group all mounts up, you all kind of look around, and Renamon just says, "All right, we have no idea of what could possibly be awaiting for us over there. But the best thing we can do for now is to rely on each other. So, we go through together, we keep an eye on what's happening, and no matter what, we trust each other. Alright?"
Yep.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. and looks at Lady Digimon. People of action, right?
And she just smirks and winks again. People of action. And they just curl up and take off into the sky. And as a group, you all, 3 sort of glittering points of light, ascend towards the heaven. And we get a nice, wonderful view out in the data fields. We see a small group of Agumon playing some sort of rock game of tossing back and forth some rocks. And they look up in the sky as a giant hole has opened up. And they continue to watch as 3 glittering points of light rocket forward, twinkling as they make their way up into the heavens and through the rift. Watching as with them go the best chance both worlds have at salvation. And with that, I have just one final scene to check in on. We move over to a valley. It's swamp-like. There's marsh and grime and ick. And a man is walking, a young boy walking, his hood up. There are 2 Digimon, one on either shoulder. A Lunamon and a Lotmon.
This motherfucker.
He walks, and as the sky curtains over with purple, black, and pink, he falls to his knees as digital lightning is to creep and crawl through him. What? And the 2 Digimon hop down. Lunamon, Daisuke, are you? Lotmon just, die, please, hey? And he just, what is? And he sees in his head flashes of faces that bring nothing but torment and memory. And with that, we bring ourselves to a small conclusion as the scene pulls away, Daisuke's hoodie falling to reveal a necklace hanging down. An octagonal, or maybe almost hexagonal, but more octagonal, pendant hanging down with an open slot in the middle. But not one of these pendants. There's at least 3. And with that, we bring ourselves to conclusion.
Oh, I get it.
His friends are dead.
Ladies.
A minute, but I got it.
Ladies, gents, and all those in between and beyond that binary of the internet, I thank you all for coming to a wondrous and splendiferous episode of With the Will. Not gonna lie, little slap job this episode was. I had to do some last minute prep to make this thing really work, but I'm overall happy with it, and we'll talk more about it in the post call if we want. But it's late as fuck, so let's go ahead and move our way towards our conclusion. Friends, we're with Neon Lights Roleplay. This is With the Will, and I have 4 incredible storytellers with me right now. One who's missing, but we'll get to them later. But outside of that, let's talk about who they are. And so we're going to just do a little reverse overlay backwards. So in order that I call you out, please tell the audience who you are, who you played tonight, where you can be found on the internet, and what you got going on next. Let's start over on the right with Vermin.
That's me!
It sure is.
Hey, everybody. I'm Legendary Vermin. You can find me as Legendary Vermin on all the places on the internet that matter, which is, of course, Twitch. Clearly Twitch. Tumblr, sometimes Twitter, and I suppose YouTube as well. I do all sorts of streaming, mostly right here on Neon Lights Roleplay. The next time you can catch me doing a show will be next Thursday for Frozen Raid, our show of gritty mecha and robot love. After that, you can catch me on Monday the 27th for the next episode of The World Within You, which is, of course, our paint-splattered, face-boosted version of Void Heart Symphony. We missed last month's episode, so we're going to come back double prepared ready to go hard and make up for the night of charity giving that we could not do last month. Please join us. The cast puts in such an incredible effort on that show, and yeah, we're gonna dive into another mindscape. So it's going to be extremely psychedelic.
The World Within You is an incredible production. Everyone who's involved in that show puts their absolute best. It's unarguably one of the best things running on this channel right now, and I'm saying that as someone not involved in it.
Please.
No,
There are so many good shows on this channel.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I appreciate the compliment, but like, we got shows here.
Watch all of our shows.
We do have
It's
shows.
true. Watch all of them.
Speaking of shows, let's go to the next person who's currently only in this show, for now at least. Jan Akers.
Hello, I am Jane Akers. I played Scarlet Goliath today, and in terms of places that you can find me on the internet, the World Wide Web, you may call it, that is Jane Akers, and that's basically on any platform that I'm on. That's what you'll find me as. So that's Twitter, for now mostly only. Well, for things coming up, next Wednesday, no, not Wednesday, I can never remember dates, Monday, next week, the 13th, I will be in, the actual final part of Epimetheus over on Lost Caravan, an alien module, that was actually written by Meg Mysteria, so, you should come check that out on the 13th on Lost Caravan. It's going to be awesome. And that's all from me.
The ever incomparable Meg Mysteria, and providing incredible content along with friend of the channel, Lost Caravan, who is super great, and you should definitely give them all the love you give us because they're great. Let's keep it moving, grooving, groving, and flowing over to Spree.
Hello. As always, it's fun to get dragged into this kicking and screaming by Foxy. Follow my Twitter if you want to try and see the next time I get hacked to promote Ray-Bans. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not really active online.
But you know, you do be here though, at least.
I do be here. If you find my furry Twitter, no you didn't.
It's you heard her. Simple as that. Keep it there. And with that said, we move on to, of course, not the last, nowhere near the least, but absolutely the cast member who I think brings the most love to this goddamn show. It's Corndog McGraw. You muted yourself, by the way. But it's okay because I love you.
Hello, it's me, Corndog McGraw. I mute myself when I eat onions on stream. I know they're really crunchy. You can find me on the internet at Corndog McGraw or Coach Corndog, depending on what part of the internet, hobby, activity side of the world you're on. You can catch me tomorrow over on Dat Magic Juice's channel, where we will continue our campaign through All Hail the Queen. I have to just remember the appropriate name. And you can hang out with us. Where I don't play someone that's sunny and light, but I do play someone who also heals people.
You know?
Does her best to help.
You don't need to be a happy person to heal people. You just need to do it. But absolutely, we love to all hail the queen over on our friend that manages his channel. Big friend of the channel, great guy, awesome game, huge table. People who we like a lot are over there. Go check it out. And lastly, of course, if not, me, I'm here, friends. I'm Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as your favorite Fox Philly's finest. I can be found on Twitter sphere at Young Foxy. That's YUNG_FOXXI. Sorry, there actually is no underscore. It's just Young Foxy, no underscore. The underscore
AKA
was...
Thick Foxy.
That's a different thing. We deal with that later. In any case, you'll find me around in some places. More particularly, it's super important for y'all to know. Next week's a really important week, guys. It's another super important week, guys. Did you guys know? It's Double Mecha Foxy Week next week again.
Double Mecha Foxy Week?
Double Mecha Foxy Week.
Foxy Week.
Exactly. As next Wednesday, you'll catch me in the ever incomparable Stardust Ghost campaign. All BIPOC, all femme, non-binary mecha drama run through currently Mech Zeta for now. where I let my friends tell great stories about being gay and hating fascism. It's super awesome. And then right after that, Vermin already mentioned it, but then you'll see me return to the reins of Ragey Draws and the ever-amazing pilot Mecha Virtue as I head into Frozen Rain, run by Turkey Scented and played alongside Meg Mysteria, Sir Hooper from Lost Caravan, and of course, legendary Vermin herself. 2 great campaigns that I have so fucking close to my heart. And then you'll see me back here again in a little bit. In any case, I'm around a whole lot. And friends, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves out of here. But I want to do a couple little reminders before we do that. So, before I send you off with a reminder, a couple things. If you didn't know, friends, it's Women's History Month. And this March, we are doing everything we can to uplift every single femme presenting, femme representing, and femme identifying voice that we have here at Neon Lights Roleplay. And that means that we are, just like last month, promoting different charities every single week. As a note, we are not doing the charity match that we did last month. We're just starting to give all the love that we can, so we're going to plug charities all throughout the weeks, let people know what we're doing, and just give all the love that we can. Thank you for the love, Egg John, as our charity for this week is the Malala Foundation. It is an international nonprofit organization that advocates for girl education. It was co-founded by Malala Yousafzai, who was a Pakistani activist for female education, who was horribly attacked and wounded by the Taliban, and you chose to still choose to fight back and become an incredible beacon for women's liberation and rights around the world. An incredible woman who I find so incredible, and with her father co-founded that foundation, so please give them all the love that we can. It's super, super important. And other than that, yeah, we got a whole bunch of other cool things coming here, so please feel free to come hang out with us in our Discord. A link to that will be popping up in the chat right about now. Nope, I lied.
Soon.
I did it. So you can go over there and hang out in the Discord. Come chill, talk about the show, talk about other stuff, goof off, hang out in voice chat, play video games, whatever you want to do. We all are always there. Feel free to also follow us on all our social, check out our YouTube, check out everything that we're doing, and we'll be around more importantly doing things. I don't know, I'm bad at intros, so we're going to go ahead and get out of here now and let our friends get some rest. Friends, this has been Neon Lights Roleplay.
We never even used the crit gauge.
We didn't, but don't worry. We'll use crit gauge in the human world for something, I'm sure. In any case, friends.
Oh
Oh,
friends. Friends. We've
Why
been
did
Neon
you
Lights
just ask for
Roleplay.
more homework?
This has been With the Will. You've all been incredible. Remember to love. And we will see you all in the future. Bye.
Bye.